So class, the first thing we're going to do in this lesson is we actually have another poster that we're going to put our capital letters on. So this one we're organizing it by clock stroke. On this one we're going to organize it by the order that our letters come in our alphabet. All right, so the first one that I'm going to write is the first one that we learned, but I'm not going to put it at the top. I'm going to put it at the position where it comes in our alphabet. So that's right here. All right, so I'm going to write a capital K, S. Class, what am I going to write? Very good, a capital K, S. I think I forgot to mention earlier, the reason that we have been learning the lowercase letters first is most of the time when we're reading and writing, we use lowercase letters, but we do sometimes use a capital letter. One time that we use a capital letter is at the beginning of anyone's name. All right, so we're actually going to put an example of on our chart of someone's name and see how it starts with a capital K, S instead of lowercase. And there is a student in first grade whose name starts with K, S, and that is Clara. So we're going to go ahead and write Clara's name right up here by our capital K, S. So anytime we're writing someone's name, we always start it with the capital letter. Right, so this is an example of a time we want to use our capital is if we're talking about anyone whose name starts with K, S. We always use a capital. All right, the next one that we learned was our G, J. Okay. So we're going to write that, let's see. We're going to put it right here. We're going to write our capital G, J. All right. Well, we also have a student in first grade whose name starts with G, J, and that's Gabriel. And since anyone's name that we're writing, we always start it with a capital, I'm going to write Gabriel's name here. So we can look at it and remember, oh, every name is going to start with a capital letter. All right, so I'm going to write Gabriel by my capital G, J, and I'm starting it with a capital letter, of course. All right, the next one we're going to write is our capital A, O, U. All right, so I'm going to put it over on the other side because I need to make two columns for all my letters to fit. So over here, I'm going to put my capital A, O, U. All right. So we also have a student in first grade whose name starts with an A, O, U, and that is Olivia. All right, so we're going to write Olivia's name next to our A, O, U, and that helps us remember whenever we write someone's name, we always start it with a capital. So when I write Miss Olivia's name, I'm going to start it with a capital A, O, U, not a lowercase. Always start it with a capital. All right, let's see. The next one that we learned was our Q. All right, so we'll put this one right here. We'll put I'm gonna put the whole phonogram because I don't know. I can never write the first letter without writing this other one. We don't have any students in first grade who have this as the first letter in their name, so we'll leave that blank for right now, and when we come across a good word to put here, we'll put it here. All right, we have one more capital letter to put on our chart. We're going to put it right here. It's our capital S. And it just so happens that we do have a student in first grade whose name starts with this Z. And so, of course, we would use a capital. And I hope I can fit the whole name in because it's kind of long. So I'm going to write Savannah here because her name starts with this letter. And so anytime we write her name, we would make sure we started it with a capital letter. Right. Yeah. Anytime we're writing someone's name, we always start it with a capital letter. All right. And so these are some examples of writing someone's name, and we always start it with a capital letter. All right, so great work on that, first grade. Gosh, sometimes there's so much for us to do each day, and we're not going to get to everything today, but let's work as hard as we can for about 10 more minutes. That's all we have left. All right, we are going to practice spelling some words with our new phonograms. All right, so I'm going to write my lines up really quickly. You can take a stretch break while I'm writing my lines up here. All right, the first word that we're going to write is the word now. Class, what's our word? Good, now. Now it is time to practice spelling now. Class, what sounds do you hear in the word now? Very good. Our sounds are n, ow. But earlier we learned two different things that could say ow. So don't worry, your teacher will always let you know if there's more than one option, which one you should use. So in the word now, we're going to use our ow, o. Class, what are we going to use for now? Good, ow, o. Write the sounds in now and say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under that first phonogram. What do I need to write to spell that word? Good, n. And what's the next sound? Good, it's ow. And which ow did we use? Good, ow, o. All right, so this is ow, o. All right, and of course we'll underline our word. Underline our two-letter phonogram. And now let's read our word. All right, the next word that we're going to write is out. Class, what's the word? Good, out. I ran out the door to catch the bus. Out. What sounds do we hear in the word out? Very good. Our sounds are ow, t. Right? But, oh, that's when we need to wait and hear which ow to use. The ow that we're going to use in out is ow, o, oo, Class, what are we going to use in out? Say it with me. Ow, o, oo, Good. Write the sounds in out and say them while you write them. All right, when you're finished, put your pencil down and put your finger under the first phonogram in the word you just wrote. What do I need to write to spell it? Good, ow is the first sound. And which ow did I use? Good, ow, o, oo, And good, t. Excellent. All right, so we'll underline any phonogram that's two or more letters. And now let's read the word we just wrote. All right, great job, class. The next word we're going to write is the word jar. Class, what's the word? Good, jar. I put the T in a jar for later, jar. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word jar? Sorry, this was distracting me. I have to move it down. What sounds do you hear in the word jar? Very good. It's J, R. All right, write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under that first phonogram in jar. Oh, and remember I hope you're remembering to leave clock spaces because I'm forgetting to remind you. All right, what do I need to write to spell jar? Good, J. Good, R. All right, let's read the word we just wrote. Let's see, the next word is yarn. What's the word, class? Good, I knit a sweater with yarn, yarn. Class, what sounds do we hear in the word yarn? Very good, our sounds are y, r, n. Right, write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under that first phonogram and tell me what I need to write to spell that word. Good, yeah. R, good, and good. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. And we'll underline our two-letter phonogram. Let's zoom in so we don't have that glare there. So if yours doesn't look like mine, fix it. And now let's read our word. Very good. All right, the next word is for. What's the word? Good, for. I got the crayons for you. For. What sounds do we hear in the word for, class? Very good. The sounds are f, or. All right, write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under that first phonogram. Tell me what I need to write to spell that word. Good. Good, and good, or. Right. We'll underline our two-letter phonogram. And let's read the word we just wrote. Good. The next word is corn. What's the word? Good, corn. I put some corn in the salad. Corn. What sounds do you hear in the word corn? Good. Our sounds are k or n. All right. And remember for k, unless I tell you to use something else, what do we use? Very good. K, s. All right. So write the sounds in corn and say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under that first phonogram in corn and tell me what I need to write to spell it. Good. K. Excellent. Or. Good. N. Nice work, class. Underline your phonogram. That's 2 or more letters. And let's read the word we just wrote. Very nice work today, first grade. You did such an excellent job learning your capitals and your new phonograms, and I'll see you tomorrow.